ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and welcome to another episode of my Ptolemaic campaign. Second recording of it today for... it's the weekend. And not only is it the weekend, but it is an absolutely dope and relaxing weekend, so I can play all I want and just enjoy life. And why does it say infinity? Why did it say infinity? What the heck? I mean, I got time, but I ain't got that type of time.
Ready for orders.
What the heck? You know what? I think the reason why is because you probably need this build. No, you don't need that building? Can you only recruit that as like a general unit and that was just a glitch? I think that was the case. I think you can only recruit it as a general. Besides, I think I can also do way more than 4 units of recruitment here. So let's see what's going on. Royal Squadron versus Sacred Squadron. What's the difference? Sacred's somewhat more expensive, but Royal is better in virtually every single way. So, forever Sacred is better. Well, you know what? I'll just go for Sacred. And like, why would I go for Royal? I'm already spending that much money, and it's like a very marginal difference too. Like, it's not crazy or anything. Yeah, I think that this looks fine to me. I think this looks absolutely fabulous, and I had this army sailing towards Rhodes. But anyway, guys, so basically, if we look at the map right here, I always do my introduction, I almost missed it there. We were at War of the Rhodesians, and I just conquered Salamis from them. So I'm sending this navy over here to Rhodes to capture their capital. Simultaneously, I'm training up an army in Egypt, which I intend to send against the Romans. I don't know exactly what my campaign against Rome is going to look like, but, you know, I'll figure it out. We have a spy right now in Roman territory, and we're just trying to kind of scout out the region and figure out what the Romans have against me. Simultaneously, we've just raised taxes, but public order is quite good, so that's, of course, great. But, of course, our objective here is to really conquer
Athena give you
all
wisdom.
of Asia and Africa. Get those 2 win conditions locked down. So, without further ado, let's just go in and start the madness. A total war. The violence, the battles, the tactics, everything that this game entails. Now, the Romans have not really been all that aggressive towards me just yet. They did declare war. However, they have not launched any attacks. I've yet to fight a battle against them, and it's been like 30 turns, 40 turns at war. What they did do is they knocked out my military ally, so they can secure all of Africa. And I'm starting to think that that was their main objective, declaring war on me. Now, the Macedonians, I just broke my non-aggression pact with them. I have no intention of re-signing it, but we still have a trade agreement. I think I do need to break the trade agreement soon. This Arabian pirate fleet, I don't know, maybe I should go and deal with them, but it's just a lot of money to get another navy. Also, we have been very diplomatically obtuse, like we've been absolutely awful, so I'm not surprised, but banditry abreast, well, you know, it didn't really do very much. Cool, we have an upgrade here, that's what we can get. I mean, plus wealth. I mean, Egypt is basically like the money farm of my empire, so why not? We can get plus conversion as well. I'm always happy to convert the local population, make them Hellenized and all that. Over here, I'm just not too happy about what I'm witnessing. Across the board, we just have very poor public order, and starting to think we might need some crane mechanisms soon. That or something that increases happiness. It's across the board, we do have some public order issues. Not here at least, but yeah, the problem is that we just don't have access to like good temples as the Egyptians. I do have to be honest. The only one, like this one, will up Egyptian culture, which I don't quite like. But it's plus 12 public order, which is really, really good. And I am hoping to get this. But we need livestock resource, which I don't have anywhere, man. How do you even get livestock resource? Let's go look at the resource map here. And a lot of my place is not really that prosperous. Is there livestock somewhere? I mean, I guess I can see like on here, like this is grain, fish, timber. Yeah, I can see on here, whatever. But obviously we don't seem to have it. Trained slaves over here, lead over here. Wait a minute. I do have livestock. Hold up. Yet, can I not upgrade temple? Oh, I have the resources. I just don't... I don't have the technology. It's gonna take a while to get it, too. Well, that's a little bit unfortunate. A little bit of a nuisance, one might even say. Well, you know what? We'll figure things out. Can't say is that creating a navy over here is probably not a particularly good idea. I can create a bit of a navy here, though. It might be worth it. Might be worth it. We'll figure it out. Okay, so first things first, though. Let's get this army moving. Let's get the blood pumping. We've been on the march. Now, that's done. We need to figure out what's going on here. Like, why is public order so down? Slaves -7, taxes, cultural differences. Well, it makes sense. And over here, I assume it's mostly just banditry. It's not banditry. Just the wombo combo of taxes and cultural differences, yet try to reduce things now. Just don't have the money to run things. And that's like really unfortunate, I do have to say. I have to say it's very, very, very unfortunate. I don't know if there's any way for me to like make it more cost effective. I mean, obviously, one way is just conquering more territory. But alas, it's not going to happen particularly quick.
May Hermes bless us. A lack of your goods? Woe! The blessing of the Olympians upon you. What then do your noble people desire?
Yeah, I mean, I should wait till I capture roads. I believe that that's probably the most effective way to do things. Yeah, if we just wait here. Go for this, actually. I think that that'll be probably pretty useful tool to have. Meanwhile, this is 10. Sorry, guys. I'm just really trying to stabilize the public order. Really get the public order moving in the right direction. But yeah, we should just wait to hit roads here. And then this army's on the march, of course. Man, I do need my taxes up. I can't afford to be that broke. Can't afford to be such a brokey. Yep, it's unfortunate, but it is the way it is. But what about militarily? Do I have any armies that are just not being utilized right now? There's always a possibility.
How can I serve you?
All men must serve.
We can go and investigate some more. Doesn't look like the Romans have anything within the vicinity of our area of O.
The gods guide my footsteps.
Our border.
We fight for. How can I assist, Pharaoh?
I live to serve.
Ready for
Got two of
We fight
these.
for you, my lord.
How may I serve?
Ready for order.
Ready for
I think that the best way I could save money is actually by cutting down my Arabian army. Because these guys, they don't have, like, a very important purpose right now. We are pretty much just safeguarding this area, so we can cut them down to 11 troops. Now what happens if I... It didn't really help all that much. Well, it is what it is. It is what it is. I am gonna try with a better temple when it comes to public order anyway. But it may not be particularly useful, and by dismantling my Arabian army somewhat, I am basically foregoing the possibility of conquering Arabia. Dude, the Romans are in Athens? They're besieging Athens? It's actually rather interesting, because I assume the Macedonians are probably also at war with Rome about now. I mean, how else could it be? Also, the Seleucids, perpetual nuisance along this frontier, because I'm not particularly sure whether they wish to conquer me or not. I mean, we do have exposed settlements in Syria, and we all know how the Seleucids thirst for Syrian land. Oh, these Marib ends their trade agreement with me. They may try to go for an attack, I don't know. We do see the dismantling of Arbi. It's right there within their vicinity. I can always rebuild it though. I have adequate buildings in this province to do such a thing. You know what? Nabatea, let's just dismantle this. Just dismantle that recruitment building and get something more useful. Now, what about this? What the frick is going on here? Differences, offense, taxes, slaves. Ugh. Just a fully blown problem in this province. Albeit, we still have several public order buildings that are kind of accruing here. They're building up. So perhaps this will help quell the anxieties of my people.
It is an honor to serve you. What guiding?
And when it comes to roads, I mean, look at the experience of this garrison. That'd be a rather solid army. But let's go ahead and fight these guys' people. See, the Rhodian Navy, they're absolutely willing to fight me. You know, scurry away from combat. However, they are greatly outgunned. And, dude, I do not get how biased the stupid balance of power is in this campaign, dude. Every single time, but I want to fight a battle with my navy. Balance of power is so decidedly against me to the point of hilarity. Like, it's comical just how biased it often is. But regardless, I'm gonna have these 4 ships hurry towards the garrison that's coming out. And each ship is laden with 105 of these Egyptian marines. The Bryarium, 2 rows, bronze rams, perfect vessel altogether. Now, what about this ship? This Rhodian ship, dude, it's only an 800. Despite it being an elite professional vessel, it's not particularly good. So what I'm gonna do is ram it with my massive general here. 2640 health. This ship is a Goliath comparing to that Rhodian ship. Well, yeah, the Rhodian ship does have slingers on it. They have spearmen slingers. Even better. They can pepper my marines all they want, but this ship, with its sphinx and all, if it makes contact with the Rhodian vessel, it'll topple it within a single strike. Simultaneously, the rest of my flagships, the rest of my elite vessels are going in for the kill. Doing ramming attacks only for this battle. And off the Rhodians, they just don't see it coming, or rather, they think it can withstand the ram of my Egyptian vessel. This confidence will cost
Our
them their
general is
life.
under attack.
A nice hit, a solid hit onto the side. I don't think the Admiral's gonna survive. He's in the middle of the ocean. Yeah, he's gone. Dude, I love just seeing ships break apart, okay? It's so much fun, dude. These two of my ships are basically just competing to see who's gonna ram harder.
And ready. Assault ships ready for order. Your work. Our orders.
Weapons ready!
Be more oars. My lord. Assault ships ready for
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
I'm like, dude. I didn't even realize how many javelins were throwing on board that ship. We slaughtered them, man. Well, there we have it. The majority of our men are down. We've definitely done great damage to the Rhodian Navy. I assume that we probably knocked out like 4 or 5 vessels. Not all of them, but as you can see here, the losses are not total. Although maybe all of them will just go down because those guys were surrounded. Like, realistically, if the battle continued, they weren't getting away. Let's see. I am curious to see, like, whether we just lose everything or if some of the ships will survive from the garrison. Yeah, one ship survived. It's kind of what I expected, to be honest. But given how problematic slavery is an issue, how problematic of an issue slavery is in my empire, I'm not gonna capture anyone. And let's just go here for the kill on Rhodes itself. Now, Rhodes did have a very tumultuous history. Like, they were attacked several times by the Seleucids during the Syrian wars, and the Seleucids almost broke them. Although, actually, it wasn't the Seleucids, it was the Antigonoi. It was when Antigonus the Elder was still in charge, before Seleucus came in with his eastern satraps and wiped them out. I mean, this statue actually was to commemorate the victory of the Hellenes of Rhodes against the navy of the Antigonids. However, this time they won't be so lucky, for don't have their famous walls to help them, the Rhodians. Just a bunch of militia hoplites, and their navy has been trampled outside the city. But also, usually the Rhodians are very, very, very defensive. As in, they typically have large armies available on the island of Rhodes to combat such an invasion like I'm doing. But this time, for whatever reason, they just don't. I'm not so sure why, but Rhodians are just very, very vulnerable. I'm gonna take advantage of that. I'm gonna really take advantage of that.
The battle is turning in our favor.
The battle turns in our favor by the sheer presence of my men. They just showed up to the party and everyone's like, yep, we're gonna win.
Advance at speed!
Yeah, we got the war elephants, maybe shoot some pot shots at these Greek hoplites. Nothing on the Rhodian side is going to be very vulnerable to my skirmish, but I'm still going to use up my ammo. I want to win this battle as cleanly as possible so we can just go to war against the Macedonians ASAP. But yeah, let's go ahead, pull these guys across in the line here. We can have these guys kind of like this, you know? We're going to have these motherfuckers like this, my Judean slingers. We're sending our Galatian spearmen and our Judeans over to this flank to preoccupy with 3 hoplites. It appears that the one Greek cavalry unit is kind of withdrawing here a little bit. So we'll get our cavalry within range, and oh, it looks like the enemy is just tilting towards here. We just want to push through this gap. I don't think it's gonna work necessarily.
Ready and waiting.
What I can say is that they're kind of about to catch my pikes off guard, like kind of. We'll get some pikes pointed towards these guys, and they're gonna run into them. Not exactly that was a glorious charge, I can tell you.
Elephants ready for battle!
Quickly now!
Meanwhile, you know what? I'm just gonna go send these guys in to hit a flank. Yeah, the Greek cavalry, they're gonna get fucked, dude. They're just gonna charge right in. Yeah, let's get this cavalry right here, especially because I see just chunky, exposed slingers over on this side, you know?
Orders.
Of course, the enemy cavalry was pretty much suicidal charging in there. I don't know why they did that. And we'll send our cavalry forward here. We have some very fast-moving Ptolemaic spear cavalry leading the way, essentially. The rest of them, they're just gonna go in, just gung-ho, go charge these guys. Peltus pikemen, making like... they'll just... I don't even know. We're just gonna deploy on either side and hope for the best here.
Ready for orders!
Your orders.
Cut them down!
Enemy hoplite line is running straight into pikes holding a checkpoint. This isn't particularly smart, I can tell you. Oh, we absolutely demolished that skirmish line with his cap charges. Definitely a good play.
Quickly now!
Elephants, we'll keep them a little bit back. No need to attempt fate there. And we'll just surround an enemy with pikes.
Ready for orders!
You know, classic move. Classic historical move. And this hoplite formation, I mean, they're going up against short pikes, which are going to be really, really good because they have nice, high damage spears, but slightly longer range than that of the hoplite. So once they mince through the heavy armor of the hoplites and start smacking that shield aside, they will grind the enemy out. And the elephant's basically just a turret. Just a turret in this fight, man.
Our general is under attack.
Absolute turret. Meanwhile, elephant's pike is doing. Taking a little bit of damage, but ultimately they're smacking through hoplites here. And you know, they're not even engaged all that properly, so... Yeah, just all across the board, I don't see anything good happening for the Rhodians. Like, basically every engagement is really bad. Look at this, they've killed 12 Peltus pikes, and Peltus pikes have lost nothing. Let's make sure that we're orientated the right way. You know, Peltus pikes, we'll just take them off of formation attack here. But yeah, it's a flanking unit. Not exactly the best, but they look oh so cool, dude. They look like a classic, like an Alexandrian pike formation. There we go. But yeah, the Rhodian push there doomed them, man. Should have held their positions rather than tried to push through a bunch of pikes. I mean, look at my freaking pikemen, dude. They killed hundreds with virtually no losses to themselves. I mean, it's general. We didn't really take losses. I think my Peltus pikes took the most losses. That one is the only little green bar I see that slid somewhat. But they were the highest killing unit on the battlefield, so they were in the thick of it. They're in the thick of it, but they emerged triumphant. Absolutely triumphant. Now the Rhodians, they will lose their homeland, and also their faction is done. I believe that this is all that they have.
My lord.
Occupy the Colossus. Let's see what we can do. 400 wealth from provinces, plus 1 recruitment capacity for naval. I mean, that's actually pretty good. I mean, actually, in general, this is a very, very, very strong building. Albeit not one that...
Ready for battle. Set up the watch.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like, pretty good buildings here in Rhodes, too. Yeah, I'm happy with what I see here.
At your command.
Pretty good. But yeah, we have to keep the tax rate normal, or else we're just gonna lose, like, a ton of provinces, dude. Just a ton of shit.
We fight.
Now, what about over here? Can we... Finally, these Arabian pirates are starting to deteriorate somewhat. Well, we'll see what happens. I'm a little bit annoyed, but... Yeah, I just don't understand, like, why things went so dang poorly. Like, I guess it's just... I mean, when you raise your Imperium, your Empire maintenance does go up, but still... Not exactly in the best of positions right now. Let's see what happens. An aggression ended with Sparta, that's okay. Let's see what's going on here. Attrition? I mean, just a bunch of people dropping dead into garrisons. That's not really the end of the world. And oh man, we're actually a positive dang, dude! A positive production, what the heck?
We fight for you, my lord.
But also, we really do need to start taking territory. We really need to start taking territory over here, boys.
I live easy in the war. Your orders.
We will eventually knock these guys out, but it might take us a turn. Yeah, I did decide to go rid myself of those darn pirates. And over here, just kind of investigating this province. Now, I assume that there was no Romans here, but assumptions can be somewhat dangerous. I was correct. I think Garama would be a good place to hit, honestly. Purely because it gives us a nice strategic position from which to attack the rest of Africa. Seals our northern flank, so I'm gonna go straight for Garama. And there's like no way the Romans are gonna try that hard to protect it. Though, I mean, yeah, honestly, they just hit these guys. Then we can like loop around. So yeah, we've done that. What about over here? Can we just go to war against Macedon?
War
Dang!
to cower before our might.
Wait, we're at war against Amasia too? Bro, why?
Greetings. We did not seek.
Okay, who else are we at war with?
I will do you the honor of the gods.
Greetings in the. I give you Greek.
Oh. The Romans are over here. Okay, the Athenians are basically gone in the factions. Not the end of the world. Just surprised by Amasia. And, dude, where was that one Amassian army? Yo! Okay, that actually is pretty fucked up. I'm not gonna lie about that. That part is kind of messed up. So what to do? What to do? Obviously, we can go take over all of Asia. That was kind of intention. Starting all of these wars, I mean, whatever purpose would they possibly serve, other than to ruin me. But the whole thing against Amasia is actually very, 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 very bad. Especially because Samosata is not a super duper duper strong settlement.
My lord. Boarding.
You know what? We need to put these guys into roads, and then we need to bring these guys around. Don't think the Macedonians will have a navy capable of handling me. And then this army that we sent towards Pergamon, I mean, we just gotta like send them back towards Ankara to go deal with that stupid Amassians. And then over here, can go bring up an army. Just do it, put it in an elite pike unit. Typically, I wouldn't advise for someone to go for elite pikes in this situation, but it's a special situation. As in, by special, I mean desperate, and I need to put on a defense of some sort. Pikes can absolutely blockade a choke point and just kill a lot of troops. But let's see what's going to happen here. Romans have the potential to F with me. We're operating in kind of two spheres of influence at the same time. There's a Rhodian army. I didn't even know that force existed. Of course, it won't exist for particularly long, but they may make an attempt at a settlement. And they should. Looks like we're just decided to go into raiding stance. The thing is that once you're like disintegrating like they are, being in raiding stance doesn't really do anything. So it's not going to be a particularly important thing that they've done. Knossos, they aren't fighting me just yet, so whatever. That movement's kind of unimportant, I guess. But yeah, let's see.
You have recruited so many units, the treasury is buckling under the weight of their upkeep. Capturing new territory would spread the cost as well as putting your troops to good use.
Yeah, I think I maybe bit off a little bit more than I could chew. With some of these wars, bro.
What can I do for Egypt?
This is arrogant even for my
In
playstyle.
Pharaoh's name.
But it's entertaining, I'll give you that. Kind of putting out fires as we go along, though. I might have to start embezzling money to be able to afford, like, any of my expenditures, really. And yeah, we'll go ahead, get out of port, try to destroy these guys.
Yes.
This army.
We take this settlement for you, my lord.
Pergamon. We can go ahead and besiege them and go ahead and
What can I do?
destroy this navy too.
Blockading.
We'll do something anyway. We'll do something. Something of substance. Hopefully. That's what I'm kind of looking for
We
here.
fight for you, my lord.
Okay, let me try to see if I can end at least
Greetings.
one of. Dude, how do you have like people that are
Peace.
friendly towards you, and they still want to
The
kill
blessing
you?
of the Olymp.
It's so funny.
Speak, my friend, and burden yourself of the gods rightly.
Greetings in the. Speak. We are not known as.
Okay, there's zero possibilities of me using diplomacy as a tool here. Diplomacy is my adversary. It's not my tool. Diplomacy is just something that will destroy me right now if I try to utilize it.
Ready for our
This is my greatest enemy.
At your command.
I don't know if I can even really afford tactics right now. I might just have to go straight for Garama. Straight for Garama. We also have no money. I mean, the only way I can really like afford to even make it to the next turn is if I win this.
For Egypt! How can I assist, Pharaoh? To victory! Set up a blockade!
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna fight this battle, but I'm gonna do it from the position of the navy. There's a very particular reason for that. If I deploy my navy as like a secondary force, you know, like as a reinforcement, it'll take them a long time to get into the field. Meanwhile, my land army, it's okay if they kind of approach the battlefield slowly, because I want my navy to fight the enemy navy before they get off for boats. I don't want to face all of these marines and Rhodian slingers and archers in the settlement where they can bombard my units. I just want to sink them. Now, to be fair, I don't really know like exactly where the enemy fleet's gonna deploy, but I assume they're gonna be positioned here. My assumption was dead wrong. Holy crap! Okay, well I'm gonna push. I'm gonna push towards these guys. Screw this.
Our reinforcements have arrived.
Get our supply ships to just go back. Okay, the Macedonians do precisely what I didn't want them to do. And they disembark. Oh, there we have it. I don't know, maybe we could catch these units, but even that's kind of like a hopeful thing. Enemy is... I mean, they are basically built... Like, they're literally positioned to try to block my navy. And yeah, we're gonna go kill the garrison fleet here. The Macedonians are giving me that. Yeah, they're basically sacrificing themselves so their garrison fleets, or rather their professional navy, can have a wide berth to operate.
Egyptian warriors!
Yes, my warriors, they will charge forth and ram the enemy
One of our
garrison
units has used all its ammunition.
into submission. Beautiful. And we're gonna go ahead and just try to deploy right here on this beach so we aren't annihilated by the enemy beach defense when we try to land simultaneously. I'm gonna go ahead and push these guys right here. Actually like this, and like this, and yeah, there we go. Perfect! And then everybody on this side, we just get to deploy, make up our ranks, go to battle. Have landed. Marines have really high. Oh, what am I saying? I was about to say they have really high morale, so they're quite interesting units. But greater interest is this enemy attack, so I'm gonna go focus on that. You know, a little bit more important than the morale of Marines, I could tell ya. Send these guys into the city, although it might take them a while to get their land legs going. And some of my phalanx forward send a bunch of Galatians either flank. And yeah, the enemy just has no counter cavalry in place here, so go ahead and just start immediately decimating these archers. Hopefully they're laden with expensive gear, because Egyptian coffers are in desperate need of a refill. Yes, now we withdraw our cavalry, but I would say that was a relatively successful assault. Meanwhile, what's going on over here?
Yes, Commander! By your command! Pikemen! Your orders! Battle ready and eager!
The battle is turning in our favor.
Yours to command! Orders! Ptolemaic cavalry! Cavalry! Engage! Orders! Pikemen! Your orders! By your command! Warriors eager!
One of our units has used all its
I
ammunition.
love how some of these Marines are like armed with clubs. And it gives them a brawly appearance. 62 base morale is crazy though. Better morale than my pikes. Better morale than my Galatians. These guys are just beasts of war, I suppose.
Spearmen! Warriors! Throw weapons! Warriors ready! Run!
Go ahead.
Yours to
Attack. With all the fury that we can muster.
The brave!
Your
ready for
orders.
orders! To arms! Ptolemaic cavalry! Riders at orders!
Yeah, a lot of these like smaller units of Marines are just getting smothered by large units of my men.
Ready to ride! Ptolemaic cavalry!
Marines are very slow moving. We're used to being agile,
To command!
jumping around in ships rather than this nonsense.
And for glory!
Enemy are performing in hammerhead.
By your
I
command!
don't know why they haven't done anything about it. Luckily, I haven't really killed all too many pikemen this way.
By your command! Ready!
And see, the hammer is about to get hammered themselves. Galatians rush for rear, and Peltus also follow it up. So the two of them are gonna go in together, and they might be able to wipe out some of these Marines as they surround them in a vice of elite weaponry.
Ready for battle! Ready, Commander!
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
These Greek hoplites kind of getting screwed elite. I didn't think the Macedonians would capitulate like that. So I was just zoomed in, I'm like, ooh, cool looking boys. And then they just round, bro. I don't know, it's just so funny to me. But it is expected. Like, the Macedonian army was more or less just some Marines and a garrison. They were numerous, sure, but weak. Very little that they could do there. And we really need to sack it.
Yes!
We need to sack settlement, and wow! Of course, that is an insane building, dude. +5 tax rate is huge.
Ready for orders. Advance!
I'll go send a second army over to Bergamon. You know what? Next turn we'll just be able to go crazy here. But we already like used up our move here. Yeah, we did. And this army already moved. This army already moved. Yeah, we are done with the turn. Now I do want to take Garama. Garama is 100% my goal right here. 100% my mission. I don't know, man. Like, are Antigonids going to be able to strike back? Because I really don't see it happening. Pella got taken. Pergamon and Nicomedia are probably the last two settlements within Antigonid control. The problem is that there must be a lot of Roman assets in the area. I had to guess that there are. But as long as my enemies become fewer in number, I'm pretty much okay with what's gonna happen here. And finally, these guys make their play. I assume that they didn't really like want to fight this battle that much. I mean, how else could I interpret them waiting as long as they have? But really, my only chance here is to break them with the pike. Because their hoplites, or rather these Eastern Spearmen who are more or less hoplites, like functionally, they play the same role as hoplites. They're better than my... Actually, wait, are they? Pontic Spearmen. They're slightly better. They're slightly better than my Greek Spearmen, definitely better than my native militia. Pontic militia, slightly better than my native militia. You know what? The enemy is not actually all that good. I can tell you that right now. Enemy is only marginally better. They're basic troops, although they do have an elite hoplite as well. You know? I can really, like, fully say here that... Wait, so... They can't actually go through this gap, can they?
Commander!
This gap is actually impassable. This is a glitch. I've seen this settlement before. Like, I'll put like one unit here just in case, but I'm pretty sure that they're gonna come in from like this angle. From this angle.
Orders understood!
Or from here. Actually far more likely, I can tell you. So let's go for 3 units across, like right here.
As you command.
And then all the militia minus these guys, like right here. And then we'll go like this, and then just like, kind of see where the enemy is gonna go, because I just have to win the skirmish here. I need to be able to kill all the enemy archers, and then I bring in my pike and the game is over. It's a very, very, very simple defense. Fire wheel off, guard mode on.
Our hidden units have been discovered!
Okay.
Deliver them to their gods! For Egypt!
I need that enemy archer to actually start moving. Bro, enemies is keeping their freaking archers so far back.
We have discovered the enemy's hidden units.
Now, wait, they move all the archers together. Where'd the archer go? Here.
discovered the enemy's hidden units.
Enemy archers are not shooting at my archers, which is frankly pretty incredible.
We serve the mighty Pharaoh. Missiles.
Okay, finally these guys, they have range. Come on, native archers, every single arrow counts. And you guys aren't Cretans or anything, but if you can manage to fill out these Pontic archers of arrows, they'll die all the same.
At the ready. Fill the skies.
Perfect. Okay, these native archers have the range too, and a beautiful volley source. Let's go. Come on. Alright. Fell uselessly into the dirt. It's not exactly what I like to see, but you know what? We're chilling still. Kind of.
Quick march! And the double!
Ready for orders. Populations ready! Our general is under attack.
Commander! General orders! Orders understood! Packs at the ready! Form phalanx!
My general is just gonna get targeted here, man.
Archers! We will darken the sky! We serve the mighty
We got rid of the enemy archers, dude. It's crazy good.
double time!
Bring this archer over here.
Archers! Fire on the enemy! Pikes! Attack their position!
I need my general to surge forward,
Fire
dude.
command!
Try to investigate or try to motivate my line. As you can see, spear versus spear. My men are formed in more disciplined formations. Theirs not. Yes, my general has already taken 5 men out of the battle. 7. Again, this really has to be a lot of work being put in by my general for he's by far the most effective fighter.
Light operatives!
My side of the field, anyway. Okay. My archers have done great damage to the enemy archers here. There's a couple more Pontic archers hit the floor with that last volley. Nice! A lot of archers are gone. Well, 22 kills. My general is holding the line valiantly and taking out these men of the Pontus. This Mithridatic spearmen, they don't stand a chance. What over here?
Ready and waiting.
I mean, we're keeping this Pontic spearmen and Pontic militia out of town, which is important. Oh man, we've already wiped out 2 units of enemy archers, and I think the 3rd may fall down. Nice! Okay, that's it. No more archers poised against my general, which is really important. Enemy generals mincing through my lines far quicker than my generals going through the enemies.
Cut them down!
You know what? I'm gonna have every single unit just try for damage to go target the enemy general. My archers aren't particularly good or anything, but to have hundreds of arrows flutter into the ranks of the enemy hoplite might allow my hoplite to occasionally spear a man who's been pricked by multiple arrows. Meanwhile, my phalanx in the center, of course, continues to kill. Continues to murder here. Imagine this fucking general going down. That would tilt the balance so much into my favor, and there he is. There he is. My archers do
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
to the enemy what I feared the enemy would do to me. I could maybe hit this general with a stray arrow. That would be amazing.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
All my units are out of ammo.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
And now just up to my phalanxes to hold. General is holding his ground here. He's a very well armored, very elite unit. A lot of Pontic men cannot handle being stabbed multiple times by pikes. Doesn't seem to be their forte. Still, you can see just how long it takes for spears to kill that. This battle is going on forever, dude. I think my general is sticking out a little bit here. That's why so many of his men have died. It's not like a ton of guys or anything, but it's quite a few considering how crappy these Pontic spearmen are. I'll withdraw my general here behind my hoplites and set them up more defensively, a little bit further back. Over here, meanwhile, it's pretty obvious that we'll win on this flank, so I'm going to send those guys in to hit the enemy in the rear. Okay, some of the enemy militia are going to start to break here, and... oh, okay. Don't mind us. I mean, these guys are losing, they're exhausted, they're dying in droves. It makes sense to run here. You don't know how to get past the deadly Sarissa points that were presented at them, and
The battle is turning in our favor.
eventually, actually my general's not killing anyone anymore, he's just chilling. He's got a little bit of damage though. Okay, I see this Pontic spearman's probably gonna rout now. Go ahead and surround him a little. I don't understand how crazy you'd have to be this Pontic spearman. Just chilling. But yeah, now he's gonna start losing more and more men, and there we go. That's cool. A W for the gods. Macedon has become humbled, hopefully, by this defeat. Yeah, I don't know. Can we just siege? Can we just win a siege battle? We're here in Pergamon. Is there any real Macedonian strength left? Only Nicomedia. Will anyone capitulate their war against me? No. It's like a protest, basically. No one wants to trade.
Honored guest.
Nobody wants to
Be
concede.
welcome.
Even though I am like very big
I will
and
be
very
a patient
powerful, and you know all of that, blah blah
Do
blah.
not try my patience with a duck. No. Before you say anything,
Dude, it's 800.
be welcome, emissary. if you come in peace. Be fearful.
There we go.
By the...
That's useful.
Athena give you wisdom, so that you may speak well and persuade me of your cause. Be welcome.
Guess no one wants to give me anything.
Welcome. The day is already old, and there is much to do. So if you have words...
Nobody wants to give me an inch because they know I'm used to taking a mile from it.
My lord. At your command.
What can I do for Egypt? How can I assist? Sekhmet, give us strength.
How can I assist? The gods guide my foot.
Okay, I mean, look, we managed to get ourselves back down to a pretty good tax rate. Guess all in all, we've been successful enough, but be what it be. I really do want to like get rid of these stupid pirates. Finally, we got them. Been rowing up and down the Arabian Sea. See, great, and then we can finally dismantle these ships and not have to pay them anymore. Yippee! And that's an important thing. We don't have to pay them anymore. And over here we can sell soldiers. Let's try to improve public order and make things nice and proper.
Ready. On the move, my lord.
Now, I wonder what's going on over here, to be honest, but it doesn't really matter. Dude, Asia could be so wealthy if I just give it the opportunity to be. Could be so friggin' wealthy.
My lord. Yes. Moving out.
But yeah, also I really do need to figure out where the Romans are, because, yeah, they are really, really big in this region somehow.
I give you greeting, and I will listen carefully to you.
Alright, boys, it's gonna be it for now, but again, more and more conquests. More and more conquests await us. So we continue to trudge through the ancient world here. Thanks for watching.